Yeah, if you can just turn off the microphone too whenever you feel like asking questions. You know, you can turn it back on.
Okay.
If there's some noise or whatever, you know. Yeah, I just see you. I see you as blue energy. Blue energy, and you show me that you've been in your parallel lives, you're like a sea creature. And then I touch you, it's you, it's your etheric DNA. So I walk into energy sphere and I see like crows type birds flying above your head. There are 6 of them. They're flying in circles and they're constantly distracting you because you're trying to. Wait, they're connected. So each crow, you're trying to like make them go away, but they don't. But they're spinning around right above your head. And there is energetic cords, like tiny little black wires type, and they're connected to your spinal cord right in the middle. And there's a like little plate on the back too, right there, rectangular plate. And imagine there's like those cords coming out of them, connected to the crows, and they attach to it on their legs. And just look at the body again. There's some interesting diamond shaped the crystal in your head, and it's lying like in a horizontal position, right, like forehead, which is a very strange system because it's kind of like magnetizing the crows and doesn't let them go away because it looks like from the back onto the head. And then the crystal, it needs its rotation of the crows in order to create some sort of vortex. The vortex creates you anxiety and thoughts, and it's almost like you're spinning throughout your life, and it's hard to make decisions. It's always something happening. You feel constant movement and you cannot stop and rest from it. And a lot of times you feel like somebody's making decisions for you and it's just not your life. You're separate from it, from the events in it. And that's what I feel. And there's also some solar plexus, there's like a ball of energy of fear and that anxiety that you put together. It's almost like 2 snow globes put together into one. One side is gray, another one is dark black type thing. And the chakras we talked about in the beginning of the session, they're like they don't look like they were mine. These are more like rings that put around chakras that you just want to take off because I see your subconscious pointing at them, that you realize you have them, and they sort of squeeze your chakras, and through these rings absorb the vital energy from you, and it goes through your like crown into the let me see, there's some sort of portal. You know what they're doing? They're sucking this energy and it goes into Orion. And there's Orion, I see Gamma Orion that came to me. It looks like a star there, but it does look like an energy planet. Energetic planet. That I see interesting creatures. It almost looks like they're semi-reptilian, semi-felinoids. You know, it looks like a cat head with the but very prolonged, like a crocodile kind of reptilian. Well, it's hard to explain how it goes, but it's definitely hybrids. And it comes to me that they come from some lab, from some experiment that trying to connect genetically the two races that way. And you come from Sirius A, you've been there a lot. The weird thing, like I see Sirius C, you've been there too, your parallel lives there. And I feel like I know you, like you came to me by, it's not by accident, was supposed to happen because I recognize your energies. Because I see you like a sea creature, similar to me on Sirius B too, which I see how they infiltrate Sirius A, and they take you hostage. They take a lot of families like yours, which is amphibian, and bring it to this Orion particular lab, which they contain all the souls. It's just like I see a lab, there's a different, it's like a bookcase with shelves, and I see your, looks like a glass cube, and I see a soul in it, and they put some gas. It was like they put a lid with the tube, and through tube goes the green gas, which evaluates, I don't know this word in English. Yeah, it's just like all around you. All of a sudden, you can't move and you can't think. You go in some sort of somnambulistic state of consciousness when they make decisions for you. And because you agreed, that's interesting. So basically, when you see ships coming with black, shiny, so it was like shiny scales, black reptilians, very tall, looking like T-Rex kind of race. And you got scared and you had a family. You had a family of 2 boys and a husband on Sirius. It was a 6th dimension. And you got scared by being scared. They took you because you lowered your vibration. The frequency was low. And plus you stepped on their ship as a prisoner, which automatically made you their prisoner without even agreement on paper or anything like this. And I see them doing experiments. It's a very strange way to do it because I see like a big glass table. They spread your energy almost like a dough. You make it thin, you make it thick. You shine some lamps with different colors on it, and you see how it changes the structure of DNA of the basically of the fabric of your essence, of your soul. And then they split you in 3. I clearly see it's like a 3 parts, and they send all 3 parts on Earth, but in 3 different epochs of history. So basically, here's how it is. One is Roman, another one is Czech Republic, little girl, 17th century, some hills, beautiful forest. And the third one is Netherlands. And you're a boy there, but you're a boy in an orphanage. Doesn't know his parents and grows up kind of very lonely. You might feel this loneliness on this life too, because it influences you. So all these 3 lives are running in parallel, basically. But altogether you have 38 lives, what I see right now on this planet. And they've been doing genetic experiments. They've been trying to figure out how they can take different characteristics of your soul, which is you're very adaptable, DNA wise, and you're very fluent. You know, you're just like water. People feel comfortable around you. People feel like they're protected. And like water, you can penetrate any let's say dimensions. I kind of see them different, like spirals almost, but you can penetrate any surface or wave of any universe, fabric of it, absorb information, spread information. They can use you for that, and they like that, as to kind of, because they've been taken when you were 17, 18 until 22, taking some biological material, because I see it's in the dreams when your body is asleep. They would come. I see a creature coming through the wall. It looks a little bit like a small gray, but it's a little different. He's got strange head, which is on top is totally transparent. Never seen, but what comes to me is just like a robot type thing, like a race created by Andromedians, and the idea of this race was stolen from Andromedians somehow by reptilians, or exchanged for DNA samples, because it's their technology, it's not reptilian. So basically what I see 4 of those cat/reptilian hybrids around your energy sphere. I see it looks like a sea dragon. To explain, it's green, looks like a typical reptilian, but a tail of a sea snake or sea dragon. And he's the one who has something to do with you and Sirius B on the water, as the water planet, because he was the one. He took him with you because he refused to go separate ways with you, although you were best friends. And you might feel his energy throughout life, because even though they kind of keep him separate from you, and they made him do things to you against his will, things like scaring you in your dreams in your childhood, putting you in situations that are very emotionally hard to process. And because I see your mental and emotional bodies, and emotional is very polluted. I mean, you never got used to this planet, really. It's hard to understand people for you. It's hard to understand why they act that way. You're lighter than them. You're lighter than others. And that's something they attracted to. But then, after they get together with you and get attracted, a lot of times you are misunderstood because of your playfulness. Inside of you, there's energy that they feel it at subconscious level of a child in a way. So, what your subconscious now does, it just froze those 4. The dragon, you open a portal for him. And he goes, I see him going into a water planet on the Aquus constellation. Aquus, he says Aquus. So he went there, and your subconscious just ordered those little, that little being that used to come to you from 17 to 22, ordered him to take all the implants out of you. So I see the crystal, you took it yourself, you're holding it in your hands. It has little tiny 3 dots in the shape of triangle inside. It seems like they activate somehow your the passageways, neurons, different situations. They create, they amplify anxiety and the thinking process. It spins around, makes your head spin, almost like that. And so those crows, those birds stay in the cage already. So I see that rectangular implant out in right before your leg, feet on the ground. And I also see how you yourself disconnecting the circles around your chakras that were squishing. You have a lot of energy, and your soul is just very energetically dense. That's why they were trying to squish it in a way so your body wouldn't explode from your soul type thing. That's why those circles were put over chakras. And so you just take those off, and it creates. So before that I saw like real, like they draw them round circles, and now it's more like a column of energy going through your body, and it interacts with each other, so it's in perfect harmony. Each part of your body is in harmony with another, creating almost like a vortex of energy going through you freely. And your body's starting like getting this, it's not even blue, it's like an aqua color. Light, very light aqua color. And I see that you demanded the contract, and they say there's no contract. There's only one paper for the lifetimes that you agreed to give them energy because they convinced you have too much of it. And in return, after you're done doing all the missions in those lives, they would give you freedom of choosing where to go, and you would be able to reunite with your family. And you just had literally no option, just that. So you signed it. You signed it in a very interesting matter. It's like, I see the signature like this: 1, 2, and 3. This is like 3 nods looking things. What does that mean? The unity of the soul, because you wanted to get connected and united again after this life's pass. Yeah, that's just a reminder of you for yourself, that that's what you want. But now I see you open a big oval portal. You draw it with your finger in the wall right in front of you, because I'm standing to the left of you. And you push everything that fell on the floor, all the implants, the cage with the birds, those 4 hybrids, and all the crystal, everything goes there in the contract too, which you create a fire in the portal and just getting burnt in there. So and then what you do, you go in your timeline. It looks like a transparent vortex, but it's like a tunnel, but it's being rotated. and you walk in it to that particular spot in time on Sirius A when they would capture. So it's always three with you, Sirius A, B, and C. It goes like this, and you go to those knot points in the timeline, and you change them that they never invaded, you never got scared, and you never agreed to step on their ship, which, as if it never happened, as if you took film and you cut out the event and it just fell out. So you're still living on those planets and you're still happy and nothing happened. So basically, when your physical body expires in this life, you can just go either back in, you automatically would connect to those three parts because they're clean now. Because what you're doing now, it's like you took a hose and how to explain how it looks. So it's like you're composed, your energy body is composed of also emotional and mental. And I see like you create, because you're a creator and it's easy to create an energy sphere, a hose, and go like all your emotional body and mental, you're just cleaning them with the hose, which has energy. Instead of water, it's energy, that cleansing from all these traumatic experiences in life and all the losses, everything, all the situations you had in the childhood, and to this day you're just cleaning them away. And this is gonna slowly come down from etheric, because when we change something in the etheric level, it's easy to change there, but it takes time for the go down into physical, create changes in the physical. We just have to relax and live our life, and it was like slowly you would notice changes. It shows to me 3 to 6 months for you to experience the difference after the session. And because you cleansed everything, all those lives too, and now it's just beautiful, like looking aqua color body of energy that you have. But yeah, you've been in a lot of been amphibian a lot, but what I see is mostly water based lives. Different sea creatures or humanoid type creatures in water. You gravitate towards it, as I see. But also I see some jungle type planets too. You've been there. I see you like a big butterfly there. Like big bright orange with red little dots at the bottom. It's like 4 different wings. Wings are composed of 4 sections. I look at you right now. And by spreading your wings and touching this little antennas with the other, you're actually not female, not male, you're both. You touch each other with antennas and you create a little butterfly in the middle. It's like your baby. That's how creation works on that planet. You call it jungle planet. So you love nature. You love all this beautiful, fragile things and flowers and beautiful bright colors and all this. You feel like a foreigner, nurse. I really feel this about you. You don't feel like you belong here much. It's like somebody sent you on a mission, but you don't really know what the mission is and why you're here. That's a sensation I feel from you. So, I mean, if you want, you can ask questions, because the you are totally, when I started the session and saw you, you're like in a vortex of strange gray energy that was created by the crows constantly flying around you. But now they're not there anymore. Hmm?
Um, okay, yeah, that's just what I've been feeling. Like recently, I guess since pretty much like the year 2020 started. It was just, I don't know, it just feels like all my energy is just drained all the time.
Mm, yeah.
It's like one bad situation after another. Like just last night, I got my car back from the mechanic and it was beautiful. It was running. And on the way home, I live out in the woods and a deer came out of nowhere and just shattered my front end of my car.
Oh boy.
And it's like, oh my God, I lost my job. I got divorced, which the divorce
Mm,
part wasn't bad, but it was long coming. But I just feel like, where, I don't know where I belong at this point. Like, what should I be doing?
yeah. Yeah, the problem for you is really whatever job you would get, you would feel like it's boring and it doesn't have any sense doing
Yes,
it because
yes,
you have high dimensions and it is as if you were in a 10th grade in school and all of a sudden they're pulling you down to kindergarten. You're like, I have nothing to do here. I've learned everything here. It's the same sensation for you. You have no reason. Everything is nonsense to you here, what people do and why it's always repetitive. You don't like to repeat every day the same thing because for you it's all about creation on other planets and discovering something new. And here it's like you're stuck in time doing nothing. And all the things that just keep
yeah.
falling on you because they wanted you in the corner and be used for energy, just like an energy source.
Mm-hmm.
And they always make it like harder and harder as life goes by, for the person. So basically, you lose your desire to live at some point. And that's exactly what they
Yeah,
want. Then you surrender to
yeah.
them.
That's
Mm.
where I was, and sometimes I still do feel that way. Like I I have no purpose,
Mm,
you know.
yeah,
But
it's
I have
characteristic of
3 kids.
souls like that. Yeah, 3 kids.
Yeah,
Everything was you as three. Soul was split up in three
yeah.
fractions, fractals. The even the signature three nods. Mm,
And it's funny because my favorite number has always been 3,
mm, interesting.
ever since I was little.
Yeah. Well, because your subconscious always communicating with you, and sometimes we just don't know why it is, but it always has a meaning to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you want it to be. See, you understood you subconsciously that if you just pulled, but cleansed first, and then pulled these parts together, it would be, you would feel full again, and you would have the energy of, you would understand the capacity of a creator to actually create something even in 3D, which takes time, but still it would be your creation, not anybody else's. And
Mhm.
these aliens who are in your energy sphere basically were interrupting any creation you had in your head with their plans to make you suffer, produce more negative low vibrational energy. That's why everything just went downhill at some point. mm, yeah, it's like a chain of
So
events.
how do I be and to pull myself back together.
Yeah, it's gonna see right now we cleansed all the timelines. The thing
Okay.
is you have to be very careful. I'm not gonna do it in the session, and your subconscious understands it. Yeah, because after you lose your physical body, that's when the connection to the other parts happening, and they automatically pull onto each other because right now they're clean, but still, sometimes they're not clean enough and have some contamination, and it becomes dangerous to do it right now, to put all your parts together, because in a way every soul that gets sent to earth gets fractalized, because if they send the whole entire huge soul into this body, would destroy the body. It's too low vibrational for to sustain a soul like us. So I mean, after whatever you decide, like I personally decide that I would go up, up, up. Some people call it my higher self. Others, I call it my own self, but it's much higher, and it's like in control and of creation of all the lives that I live through and go through. I would go back
Mm-hmm.
there where my big self is. Uh, which is a part of me. We're always connected. It's not like it's separate. Because when you call it higher self, then all of a sudden your lower self, it's a hierarchical pyramid, but pyramid belongs to third dimension and matrix. So that's why I like calling it myself, but my original self. Some people decide to go to incarnate back on the planet they come from, but and this universe is, there's one thing people should understand. This universe is, it's got a virus in it. Draconian and reptilians and tall greys are fighting over who's gonna have this planet, that planet. I mean, it's a constant war going on. So you don't want to be caught in the middle of a war, and you never know which planet and what dimension they captured. So, to avoid all the traps, you just look inside yourself after physical death. Don't get distracted by any tunnels, any of these traps that they built for us, or relatives, because they shapeshift into relatives, too. And just look inside yourself and teleport yourself to your original state where you came from, to all this. Mm, that's what I figured out for myself, and I mean, but it's always your decision at the end what to do. The only thing I know, there's multiple traps for souls who lose the physical body, and they want to reuse you and throw you back into a different life, different body, to for you to be
Right.
used again. So, but
Okay.
your subconscious, I mean, I see it like 81% of understanding of all of it, because it seems like despite all the events, it worked against them after all, because it pushed you to dig deeper into yourself, and you're very open to learning more about things, and that's what kind of saved you throughout all this. And
Yes. Always
yeah,
looking for more information.
yeah, so which is good, because you filter it through yourself and take what you need, and your entropy, your consciousness goes up and up, because that's the only way it can go, and they know it. And they know we are reaching the point they cannot control us anymore, and that's why they put more and more implants and interferences into our life to drain us completely, so we don't have energy to search for more information and more people to connect, to share information
Mm-hmm.
with us. Yeah, that's what's happening. But I feel like just like you passed that tunnel of darkness, and you're at a different point of your life which I see it like this: we're all standing at the end of the cliff and we're ready to make a jump. We're just waiting for some certain energy. I would call it a vibrational field that is approaching us to dive into it because it will resonate with us. But right now we're standing, it's a cliff, and looks like before us there's like a veil of darkness. And when this fabric of high vibration comes, we'll see through the darkness and we'll hop into it. That's how my subconscious shows me that we are in a period right now of waiting time, in limbo time. We just have to survive
Mhm.
it, and then it's gonna get better after this. So, and we're all pretty much feeling the same: low energy, heavy energies. We want to sleep, we want to cuddle, like hibernate, like an animal.
Yes,
hmm
yes, I
Everybody
understand
feels it.
that.
So, just
Yeah.
what we have to do, I guess, and just watch everything before you as a crazy play at the theater that you're watching, and you're just watching it. You're just a spectator of the insane comedy act. That's how I view it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
So,
how I feel sometimes.
yeah. So I guess that's I mean, I can look at your kids if you want me to, or
I don't have I don't have my kids with me right now because
no, no, no. I mean,
um
you can just name their name, and I can call this particular child in astral and tell you what I see. But kids usually are very dependent on the mother, and they in the mother's energy field. Girls until they mature and around 12 years of age, and boys until 8.
see, and that's what I'm afraid of because I was feeling so lost and dark. I actually left them back in October with their dad. So
Mm,
I know I can feel them where they need me, but I've just been in such a place where I don't feel capable to have them. Especially my youngest. Her name is Victoria.
mm. I see them walking through the woods. At some point I saw the tunnel, then it turned into woods, and they're like calling your name and searching for you. And
Hmm.
then right now I feel like very hot in my chest, but because I'm still in your energy sphere, I'm feeling you because you really love them. But before
Hmm.
that, there was like a wave of coldness because you were
Hmm.
trying to convince yourself you're unable to take care of them, but you actually are able. You just have to believe in yourself, because you know what they want. They just want to be close to you. They want to feel your
Yeah.
energy. So, but I feel like you're gonna feel the because we're all creators. We're amazing power. All you imagine, all you want to do, you can. You actually can. The programs of the matrix since birth tell you otherwise, but in your mind with your intention, break the programs and tell yourself that you can, and you will show to yourself that you can. But you have to move physically. You have to do a physical movement towards that goal, and see how easy it is, in
Okay.
fact, to do it. Anything is possible, really
Okay.
is. I've proven to myself so many times. It's something keeps us, but it's usually a program of fear and not believing in ourselves. They want us to feel
Right.
small. They want us to feel very small, like children, that we cannot do anything, our voice means nothing. But in fact, one single person, it's like a sun. We have the crazy high vibrational energy, very strong when we believe in ourselves. We start molding reality around us, and everything turns in our favor all of a sudden. Just even, but it comes from this belief, and fear doesn't exist. Fear created artificially for us to be kept in a capsule of not moving. If we don't move, we can't create. They know this. They're afraid of us. If we start moving and creating, all of a sudden we light up the whole space around us and they can't touch us. They cannot control us. Um, so just feel what your heart feels, just go towards this very hot feeling here from you, like you have it towards your children. Just start going in that direction and tell yourself that fear doesn't exist. It's you create that energy, and you can throw it out in the portal, or just close your eyes and with your imagination see your energetic hands, which you have an astral body, and take your fear out of your body whenever it feels heavy or funny or cold, and make a ball out of it and throw it out, or transform it into a butterfly or a bird, let it fly, and then start acting. So yeah, everything's easy. We just have to believe in ourselves.
Yeah, I can see that.
So, and now you're clean, it's gonna be all different. It's gonna be easier. Just now be aware that after you get rid of all these implants, all these entities, the first week they usually try to come back, which you might have some attacks at night, or like my 9-year-old after her session, she would scream at night, have nightmares, but it's just their attempts to get back into your energy sphere. Before you fall asleep, out of your energy you make like a capsule of golden light, whatever light you want, whatever color you prefer, because it's your energy. Never ask any help from anybody, because that's a way to get interference. Always use the energy of your own soul, put it over you and say, I'm protected and I refuse any interference, any influence on me. And it works that way.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that.
yeah. So, if you don't have any questions, we can end, or because
No, I
I
don't have
see
any
you.
more questions. A
Yeah,
lot of it makes sense.
yeah. You look like a flower right now. Like you're creating like a lots of different color flowers around yourself, and I almost smell the lily smell, because you make them as lilies with multiple layered petals. Interesting.
Yeah, those are my favorite flowers.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm disconnecting from you. Okay. So I'm just gonna turn off the recording.